So we're going to start our chapter or our section on polynomials. And you've probably seen polynomials before. We use them quite a bit in algebra. We work a lot with them and we do certain things. But we have to get familiar with different types of polynomials and the parts and definition and what a polynomial means. So that's kind of where we're starting. But a polynomial is it has terms, so you can have more than one term. There could be lots of terms. There could be 7 terms, or there could just be one term. Just depends on the polynomial they give you. And there'll be variables. There could be 1 variable or 2 variables. You could have more variables. Generally, the polynomials we see are either going to have 1 variable or 2, but you could see something else. And those terms, those variables have whole number exponents. So we're not having negative exponents. We're not having fractions for exponents. They're whole number exponents. So if you remember, the whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3. That's the set of whole numbers. Okay, so an example of a polynomial would be something like x cubed minus 2x squared plus 3x minus 7. That would be an example of a polynomial. We would say it has 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. The coefficient here would be considered 1, even though it's not written. The coefficient for this term would be -2. Coefficient would be 3. And then the constant here is -7. Okay, here's an example of a polynomial that the book gave. I don't remember what the polynomial was for. It was something, but I don't remember now what it was. But it also has 4 terms. You could have like a bunch of terms, or you could have like 1 or 2 terms. So you have the first term here with the exponent 3. So the coefficient is 0.3. Now the coefficients can be any real number. Okay, so it could be like the square root of 2 or 7. We like it kind of when we have integer coefficients, but you can see in this problem we don't have a coefficient that's an integer. It's 0.3. Okay, it is a rational number though. Then we have the next term here, and it's minus 2.8x squared. So that would be a second term. Notice the exponent is 2, and the coefficient would be negative2.8. Then we have this term, the exponent is 1, x to the first power, and the coefficient is 6.7. And then we have the constant down here, which is also a term, and it's 30. Let's see, anything else I want to say? Oh, standard form. Standard form says you put the term with the highest exponent first. So we wouldn't have something like x plus 7x squared minus 3x to the 5th. If you had something like that, it's a polynomial, sure, but it's not in standard form. So you could rearrange it and put -3x to the 5th first, and then you would put the 7x squared. Now notice there's no x to the 4th or x cubed. Those terms aren't there. You don't have to put them in. Sometimes we do put like a 0x to the 4th, but we'll talk about that when that happens. But you just put the exponents in order, and then you would put plus x and have that term at the end. There's no constant at the end in this example, but this would be considered in standard form. Okay, so the degree of a term with 1 variable. So let's say you have something like 14x to the 3rd. The degree of this term, the degree is 3. It goes by the exponent, okay? You could say it's a 3rd degree term, okay? So that was exciting. We had a lot of vocabulary, so there's going to be some more vocab in the next video.